Hello, beautiful being. I'm Trini. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Alright, and messages have already been coming in. One thing Divine is saying, music will change your life. Okay? By shifting your vibe, using it to shift your vibe, okay? So, play some songs that you love, jam, do your thing, and this can really help shift your energy in an easy way and in a fun way, okay? Because Divine is bringing through your joy, that your joy is very much accessible. You might have thought that you were blocked from joy. I'm getting that you may have felt blocked from peace, and therefore you felt that you were blocked from joy. You were like, if I'm not at peace, if I'm worried, if stuff is going to the left all the time, one thing after another, how can I feel joy? But there's a really beautiful shift that's happening. It's really beautiful. And it's something that you started, okay? Because you've done so much healing and loving on yourself, okay? So you are definitely being rewarded for that. Okay, I do want to say before I really get into it that for this reading, take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? So I've already been pulling some cards. I'm going to pull some more, but I do want to start with pulling a couple of charms for you. Thank you, Divine. What do you have for this beautiful being? Okay, you've got a 4-leaf clover, and it's like made out of black hearts. So there's something that you have experienced loss with, or you may have felt like someone took something from you, or that you lost something. This could even be a loved one that you lost, and there could be grief there. But whatever this sense of loss is, you're going to experience a really beautiful turn of luck. It's like the wheel is spinning now. Something that was stuck, something that felt blocked, you're going to experience good luck in that area. I'm getting that for some of you, this pertains to your finances, your financial situation. And for some of you, this is the energy within your home. Okay, it's either your home or a place that is supposed to feel like home, like your work situation, your work environment. Okay, but there's something about a loss that you experienced or blockage. It was causing grief to your heart space, with these hearts being here. Okay, and you're going to experience a lot of good luck in this area where you felt lost before. Okay, I'm getting a feather here, which this can definitely, it kind of looks like a leaf. Okay, so I'm getting growth and prosperity, but it also looks like a feather. So I'm getting assistance from the other side. Okay, and what I'm really getting is that you have spirits that are helping you to achieve prosperity and growth at this time. Because I see a leaf, and then it kind of looks like a feather. So it's help from the other side in order to send more prosperity into your life. It's like I see your spirit allies infusing this energy of wealth, good health into your life. Okay, so you definitely have help. And that came through with this card, the Unseen. You have a very strong connection to spirits, the spiritual realms, the ethers. And you have a really close connection with the divine. So there's something that has been going on that has felt like a riddle. It's like you didn't have all the pieces that you felt you needed in order to have a clear understanding of something. You've been asking a lot of questions, like, why is this happening? Why is this person doing this? Why is this situation going this way? Why am I feeling like this? Feeling. This is coming through with the new moon in Cancer. I'm recording this on the day of the new moon in Cancer. And so this video, whenever you're watching it, it is imbued with the energy of healthy emotions. Ashe, thank you, Spirit. Healthy emotions, emotional balance. That's what you're able to manifest at this time, beautiful being. If you happen to be watching this during Cancer season, even better, because you can just go step outside while the sun is in Cancer. You can go step outside and connect with the sun's energy and receive support from those unseen forces, those unseen energies that support you, and from the sun, receiving the energy of emotional balance. Also, this is a really good time to manifest anything related to home, to the home, to your family. And if you're a parent, this is excellent energy that's infused into this video for you to have a very close, nurturing connection with your child or children. Also, fertility. If you want to manifest becoming a parent, Cancerian energy is excellent for that, okay? So you can connect with the sun and visualize yourself manifesting what it is that you want to experience within your emotional well-being, your home, your relationship with your children, or fertility, okay? One thing that Divine is bringing through is your spiritual power. You have the Nectar card here. This indicates your healing energy that exists within you and that you always have access to inside you. You have gifts. You have abilities that allow you to tap in and tune in to the spiritual realms. Divine is saying other people see this in you. They see this in you. And this energy inside you, this divine healing energy, and your access to your gifts, your spiritual gifts, it has gotten so much stronger since you freed yourself from something. Divine brought a message through that I wrote down earlier. Spirit said you freed yourself. You're now looking beyond toxic resources or sources of energy. So some of you were in a very toxic work environment. Some of you had a very toxic relationship. There was someone that you were trying to make it work with, and it wasn't working because their intentions came from a place of insecurity and toxicity and not wanting to learn and grow. And you were ready to learn and grow. And so you said, I gotta go. You either said you gotta go or I gotta go, but one of y'all went. So it's working out. It's working out. And I feel like for some of you, that's that grief that you've been feeling, because you know, when you free yourself, it's not always easy afterwards. When you free yourself, that's when you really truly begin your journey. And there are all sorts of obstacles and all sorts of bumps in the road and all sorts of other people who try to sidetrack you or slow you down. But whatever it was that you freed yourself from, it could have been a toxic job or workplace, toxic friends, a toxic lover, or any sort of toxic relationship, toxic family. It was a huge blockage between you and your nectar, that divine energy inside you. It had blocked you. And so, yeah, now you're experiencing something very different. Now, Divine says here, like how this hand is reaching out for the nectar and the flower. Divine is saying that in its, because this is from my archetypes deck, okay? So in its positive aspect with the nectar, you're reaching for the light inside you, okay? And you just let it be. You reach for it, and you reach for it by cultivating it, by nurturing yourself, by loving on yourself, by opening up to the sweetness of life, because you are sweet. You have sweet energy in you. Mama Oshun is coming through. Ashe. You have access to abundance and fruitfulness and fulfillment in your life. But the way you reach for it is you just allow it to be. You don't try to force it. Because when we're down in this darkness right here, that's when we get obsessed with healing. Obsessed with, I gotta get it right. I gotta be perfect. I gotta do this right. Oh, this is my new beginning. I can't mess up. I can't mess up. The pressure of success. The pressure of perfection. Achieving perfection. Your path was not meant to be perfect. Because if it was, it wouldn't be a journey. You know what I mean? Divine is saying to embrace. Some people don't like to call it failure, but it's, if you don't get the desired outcome, or if you don't do it like you visualized, you might think you failed, but you didn't. You just had an experience that brought you closer to your true self because you were able to learn. You're able to say, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it didn't look or feel exactly as you wanted it to, but you did it. And do you know how beautiful that makes you? The fact that you did it, the fact that you showed up for yourself to try something, or to feel something, or to create something, to do something that helps you understand yourself more, to do something that allows you to be you, whether it's creating something or channeling something, maybe practicing using your healing gifts. You know, it's a beautiful process of just being and noticing, not judging yourself. What's coming through is that you may have sometimes been very critical of yourself. Yeah, so this card was under diligence. You've been so diligent with your healing path. Okay, and that's allowing you to soar above anything that has seemed evil, nefarious, ongoing, maybe frustrating because it's gone on for so long. You're able to fly. You're able to soar. And so, you know, this is what Spirit was bringing through to me, is that the chaos is always going to be there. Whatever's on that ground is always going to be there, because that's people, that's the matrix, that's where we are in these human bodies. That's just how people roll. Sometimes it gets nasty. Sometimes it gets very evil and tricky with the darts that people throw. But you don't have your eyes on that. You're up here experiencing your peace, your joy, and your sweet spiritual nectar, your connection to the divine, your healing gifts, your abilities. Divine is saying that where you focus your attention is very important at this time. You've been in a cold climate. And I mean that by saying that it's been brutal sometimes. It's been extremely uncomfortable sometimes, you know. Sometimes the cold is so brutal, it hurts physically, you know what I mean? Your bones start, you know, you just start trembling because you want to warm up. Your body is trying to change your temperature, you know. Your body doesn't like it. It's trying to. So there was something about your environment or your situation that you wanted so badly to change. And that's when you started grabbing for the nectar, saying, I gotta change it. It's gotta be different. Maybe putting pressure on yourself to produce a desired outcome. But the mountain doesn't scare you. The cold doesn't scare you. Because guess what? This beautiful being right here is perfectly equipped to endure that harsh environment. And that's just like you. You were built to endure. And Divine is saying that the beautiful thing about this transformative time now is that you no longer have to put up with chaos, because you've learned to shift your focus. And because you're shifting your focus, You're focusing on your joy, your peace, your enjoyment. You don't even shudder at the thought of being out here in this cold. You know what I'm saying? In your mind, it's warm because you've adapted. You have everything it takes to become a boss, no matter where you are, in what environment you are. You're perfectly equipped and capable to thrive in that environment, okay? You're not making it anymore. You are thriving. That's what this transformation is all about. Divine is also asking you to make sure that you're focusing on your joy, on any opportunity that you have to just feel like a sense of pleasure. Pleasure came through. Divine really wants you to have a good time, okay? Pleasure. They're asking you to bring your focus away from something that feels like a riddle. And this right here reminds me of a snake. And you see these like kind of creepy looking hands in there. There's something that someone wanted to keep hidden. They wanted to craft. Okay? All these hands in here. They wanted to craft a plan. They wanted to keep your eyes focused on their evil intentions. And they were constantly grabbing for your focus. That's what they wanted. This is a person or beings, a person or people who would have paid, and what's coming through is that they actually have paid to try to win over your focus, so that you would be looking at, thinking about, worried about their nonsense. Their manifested insecurities, because that's what this was. All this toxic energy, it was just their insecurities becoming manifest in this 3D. What you were seeing from them was their fear, a physical manifestation of their fear through their tricks and their tactics, and all of the things that they were trying to manifest in this physical realm to take you away from yourself, to deplete you of your nectar. That's what they wanted to do. And see, that's why Divine is saying that it's like the biggest spiritual slap in the face to them for you to focus on your joy. And I'm not talking about, you know, you don't have to travel halfway across the world to experience this pleasure. If you can do that and you want to do that, perfectly fine. But I'm talking about finding pleasure in even the little things, just the little things. Taking some time in the morning to go outside and connect with the sun. That is pleasure. That is pleasure. Opening the window when there's a storm, so you can just watch the rain and hear the thunder, you know? That is pleasure. Doing something that allows you to feel the magic around you and inside you. Having a very small, sweet moment with someone that you love. It could be your child if you have a child, or anyone that you love. These are the pleasures that Divine is guiding you to, that are going to bring that sense of relief and luck after a time of grief. Okay? So this is really cool because you got the Thanatos card, which is death. It's the death card. So what Divine is saying is that as you experience pleasure and you focus on that, you make sure that you're tuning into what's truly on your path. Okay? Not pushing yourself to heal this and heal that and be perfect. Now, just enjoying your sweet divine nectar, okay? You're bringing death to this craziness that has been going on around you. All of this negative energy, this chaos that's been on the ground here while you're learning to soar, okay? That's what you've been doing. And you do it very well. Divine says you make healing look really good. And that's not meant to, you know, stroke the ego or anything like that. But it's true. And it's because you have committed to being authentic. And that's what's beautiful about you. The most beautiful thing is your realness. And your journey is real. Your dedication to spirit and to yourself is real. It's a beautiful thing. The energy that you have access to and the energy inside you. Okay? But you're bringing death to, or an end to, a situation that needed to come to an end. It's still going to exist, okay? This chaotic energy is still going to exist, but you have freed yourself from it. And so Divine is confirming for you that as you shift your focus to the blessings in your life, you're not even going to see the chaos anymore. You'll be aware of the fact that it's there. It's out there, but it's no longer on your radar because it doesn't need to be. And the reason why it doesn't need to be on your radar is because you've surpassed it. You already have the awareness that you need. You have learned lessons, built up your strength, and you have set boundaries that needed to be put in place. And you've become more and more comfortable with setting those boundaries. So you're not going to experience this type of chaos ever again. And it's because you have surpassed it energetically. So the Thanatos card, like I said, that's the end of this hold that this chaotic situation had on you. There's a web that you freed yourself from. Okay? Now, all of this leads to your fulfillment. Okay? Because what you've been doing by healing yourself is you've been growing some big old sweet, juicy peaches. And now it's time for you to enjoy them. Okay? Yeah. And that's a beautiful connection with the moon there. Divine is calling you to really connect with your dream energy. Georgia Peach is coming through. So there may be a connection to Georgia. This is all about your wish fulfillment. And you understanding that you deserve to experience life in a really beautiful, positive way. Okay? All right, beautiful being. I want to see a little bit more with this situation, how we're moving, whatever spirit wants to bring through. Okay, right here, we've got the fish. So this is about your success and abundance. Okay? You've earned it. You've earned it. Okay, this is about the garden. This is about social events, gatherings. Okay. Okay. There's something Divine wants to reassure you to continue to move away from. Because this is a part of that chaos that Divine says, don't focus on this. Focus on this, because now you have options. The chaos used to rule your world. You're not there anymore, but the chaos is still there. You are able now to focus on your fulfillment. Okay? There's something about a social event that you either received or will receive. Okay, if this is upcoming, could be past, present, future. You received an invitation for. What's coming through is Divine says it's one thing to be invited, it's another thing to be welcome. Okay? What's coming through is that this was an invitation, but there was not a desire to welcome you there. There was a desire to create some form of humiliation or distraction for you with the moon here. A desire to get your focus on what did not matter. What does not matter. Which is this person or these people who were sending negative energy your way and creating situations, manipulating situations to try to take you away from your sweet divine nectar inside you. Okay? Divine says they wanted you to forget your talents. Okay, that's coming through as talents, like your gifts and abilities. They wanted you to forget those. They wanted you to not focus on your gifts and abilities, and also your talents, like bird claws. You know, they wanted you to forget that you're protected. They wanted you to forget the skills that you have to protect yourself. Somebody did not want you to set a boundary in order to protect your energy from theirs. And they wanted to do all of this through distraction and shifting your focus to some nonsense. Divine says to be very, they're saying stick to it. You've made a decision. You've made a choice to stay free from a negative situation. This could be related to a work situation. Maybe someone was kind of telling you, oh, you should, like if you left a job that was very toxic, maybe somebody was saying something. It doesn't even have to be an invitation. It could be just communication. Somebody could have been trying to convince you that you shouldn't have left a toxic work environment. Or someone could be telling you, oh, you know, if you left a toxic relationship, oh, you know, your ex has been thinking about you. They mentioned you the other day, and then like a week before that, and they can't get you off the brain. You know, it's like filling your mind with information that is supposed to bring you back into a toxic situation. You've come too far for that. This could also be an invitation if someone has invited you to. I feel like, you know, if you've been dealing with gang stalking or a very nasty group of people, individuals, okay, this could be an invitation to something where they want to set you up for some sort of humiliation or some type of embarrassment. That's what's coming through, that's what they wanted to do. So that's why Spirit is bringing you back to your pleasure, because you have so many wonderful things in your life that you really don't need to mull over any thoughts that somebody may have, because of course people want you back. I mean, of course they want you back. Anybody with a half grain of sense would, because you've got the nectar. You've got that sweet divine nectar, that sweet connection to Spirit. And they wanted you to forget your talents by distracting you, because they didn't know how to find their own connection connection to the divine. If they had been focusing on that, they really wouldn't have time to set up traps or try to distract you or reel you in. The beautiful thing is that, you know, there are those times in life where it's like you feel like, okay, I shouldn't be looking at this. I shouldn't be dealing with these people. I should be strong and continue to stay free from this toxicity. But what am, like, it feels like so hard to find anything positive. Divine is saying that's not where you are. Yes, stay away from the toxic situation or environment. You are not meant to go back to that career that was doing a number on your health. Okay, you are not supposed to go back to that relationship where you were experiencing a complete separation from truth and your divinity and your healing energy. Okay, the word callback is coming through, like callback. Like, you know how when you audition for something and you hope for a callback? That's relevant somehow for someone. It could be that there's something that you were kind of considering going back to, and Divine says you could easily get it. Like, whatever the callback entails, it feels positive. But Divine says, easy come, easy go. You know, it feels like this, whatever this is that you were going back to from the past, maybe it's a situation or a gig that was detrimental to you, okay? But you were thinking about going back to it because there was some benefit. Maybe the money was good. Maybe you got perks, okay? Travel is coming through. That might be why Georgia Peach came through. I don't know, there could be some travel to Georgia going on. I don't know. Also, Georgia, the country, is coming through. So that may pertain to someone, okay? But there's something you were tempted to go back to that did have some very attractive perks. It could have been for some of you a relationship that maybe you got spoiled. For some of you that's coming through, like a person spoiled you, you know, like showered you with something, but Divine says the shower ain't worth it. Oh wow. Whatever they were showering you with, it's like it wasn't worth what you had to go through in order to continue in that connection. Okay? Yeah, there's something, yeah, and see, that's the Moon card. Okay? Oh, the callback could be the letter card, because it's communication. It could be phone or text, email, snail mail. Okay, oh, I want to pull a couple tarot cards. I haven't gotten a tarot yet. Ashe Spirit. What's coming through for this? Okay. Oh my gosh, Divine. Okay, so I'm going to reshuffle this because this was a lot. I already see this 5 of Scarabs. They got a lot to say. What was... Break it down for me, Divine. Okay. Wow. Okay, with this Scribe of Scarabs. Wow. Okay, and this one was still here. My word. Okay. This person is coming through as a Queen of Swords. It could be an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. But I see they tried to do some magic or some sort of ritual. Okay, so this is Queen of Swords coming through. With their communication with Scribe of Scarabs, this is Page of Pentacles. They did something regarding communication. This could be that letter coming through. This could be communication with other people and with you. With other people or with you. Okay? But this communication is significant. because they wanted to create some sort of alchemical change in your world, but not for the better. With where at Hakao there, they wanted to use their energy, which feels very dark and unbalanced. They wanted to use their energy in order to create a Five of Pentacles situation for you, where you were out in the cold. Okay, this is communication. I feel like, okay, with the Scribe of Scarabs, it feels like a situation either within the workplace, with family, or within a community. And they wanted to, yeah, and that makes sense as well, because they wanted to make you feel isolated. So this could be like putting you on the outside of a work group, or trying to alienate you within a living environment. Family is coming through very strong as well. This could be a toxic family member that wanted to put you on the outs, keep you isolated, keep you out, okay? And this was supposed to be a burden to you. Divine says what you have felt, it is definitely confirmed that that's what was going on. Okay, this could definitely pertain to money or resources. This Queen of Swords could have tried to, and it doesn't have to be a female, okay? This could be feminine or masculine. But I am getting that they acted like a queen, like they acted like this was gossipy energy. This was petty energy. That's why they're coming through as the Queen of Swords, okay? And when I say queen, I don't mean a kind queen, a cold-hearted Queen of Swords, okay? That's what this was. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, you've got Bess. Bess is protecting you. You're shielded and protected amidst all of your relationships, all of your interactions, okay? With the Three of Cups there. There was definitely a Seven of Swords here with lies and deceit, someone trying to get away with something. But Divine is calling you to focus on your self-love, focus on you, focus on your blessings. Because there is, okay, this is that, it's related to the Thanatos card of death. Because as you focus on yourself and your own blessings, you're bringing heartache to anyone who has caused conflict. Because truly, they brought it on themselves. They brought this heartache, this Three of Swords, to themselves because they were constantly trying to compete. And they thought that the interactions between you were a game, where they were going to conquer and defeat you. And they found out that that was not going to happen. Ever. Divine says you may feel like this person stole from you or took something from you. All is being restored. All is being restored to you. Oh, look. You got the Queen of Pentacles. That's a part of this restoration. The Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Scarabs. You're balanced. You're nurtured. Because you nurture yourself. Okay? I feel like the Queen of Cups does a lot of nurturing for others. The Queen of Scarabs, the Queen of Pentacles, is nurtured. She is taken care of. Okay? And Divine wants you to know that you are being nurtured and taken care of and provided for by both seen and unseen energies, forces, beings, both in the physical realm and in the spiritual realm, in the ethers. Divine is also saying with this card, what some people have thought was unseen is going to be seen. Clarify this, Divine. Yeah, okay, so this kind of came out like in reverse. It was, yes, definitely more in reverse than upright. So those who have caused conflict are being turned upside down within their own situations. Anyone who intended to bring doubt into your realm, or to bring a spirit of isolation or separation or heartache to you, or loss, that's definitely coming through. With the Page of Pentacles, for a lot of you, this pertains to finances. Someone wanted to take your money. They wanted to separate you from your abundance. They may not have tried to pocket it. For some of you, they did. That's what they wanted. But for some of you, they just didn't want you to achieve your own abundance. They didn't want to see you succeed on that job, or in that career, or with that creative endeavor. They wanted to stop you. So their competition, their conflict is being turned upside down. They are now experiencing, it's like reversal, you know, because it's upside down. They are now experiencing the same conflict that they hoped for you. And for quite a few of you, there were quite a few of them. Some of you have been experiencing a whole web of people that was creating a whole web of lies and illusions. The word bully is coming through. They wanted to bully you. They wanted to poke at you. You know? And all the while you're standing there, I'm seeing you. You're standing there looking just as fabulous as can be. And they're sitting here trying to, you know, do little vicious things. Okay, Divine. I want to see what, you know what I want to do? I want to look at the motivation here. Like, because this person or these people who wanted to separate you from your abundance and your fulfillment, I want to see what was driving them. Okay? Because Divine says that those weaknesses within them, that's what has made them so miserable, to the point where they would do what they did to you. What is it within these energies around this beautiful being? Let me light some more incense. Hold on. Yeah. You know, understanding leads to letting go. It's a beautiful thing when you understand what you've been through, or when you receive clarity regarding what you're going through. It makes it a lot easier to just rest. Divine, what was it within these beings around this beautiful being that brought them to this state where they wanted to attack and create so much fear? What was their reasoning? Okay. We got someone who was just concerned about impressing the people around them. Okay. Oh, well, that's not a shock. Okay, seeks advice. Somebody wanted your advice about something. That may be why they were bothering you so much. That may be why they were coming into your space, into your realm, or trying to, because they sought your advice. They wanted your nectar, your divine connection, the energy of spirit that's always within you. They saw it, and they wanted to have access to it. There's something in their world that is so miserable that all they wanted to do was seek your advice. They know that you have the experience that they don't have. You've been through something and you've succeeded with it, and they're just getting started. They're going through this. Divine is really bringing forth that these beings, or this being that caused so much, that was so treacherous, Divine is really trying to give them every chance possible to awaken. But because of their continued choices to be distracted from their path, and their choice of focusing on you has led them to that Thanatos energy of death, where something is coming to an end for them. And it's because the energy that they sent to you has returned to them. They can't handle it. Okay, this is sticking up. Okay, yeah, you got somebody who's obsessive here. They're very, very obsessive. I'm getting here that they were obsessed with a love connection. This could have been your love connection that they were obsessed with. This could be your love connection with yourself, within yourself, and for spirit, or your divine partnership. Also, for some of you, this person or these people have been very jealous of your relationship with your children or with your child. Yeah. The funny thing is that parenthood isn't easy for anyone. Okay? What's coming through is that what makes you such an amazing parent is your patience. You're not trying to achieve perfection. You're just trying to be patient. You're just trying to heal ancestral traumas and end generational curses. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to be patient. You're just trying to evolve. But they see you. They see your energy. They see your connection with either your children or someone in your life. They're seeing this connection. And they choose to hate on it because they're not willing to just simply learn how to be their best self. They're mad that they're not you. Okay, so someone who's obsessive, they have a very strong fear of not impressing others. That's why they suck up to people. Divine is bringing this through very clearly. If this was a group of people that was sending negative energy your way, it's just all cheap, false connections. And you may have noticed that there was like a show. You know, like they may have wanted to show off their connection with each other. But I mean, what does that tell you? Because if it's real, you ain't got to flaunt it. Okay? If it's real, you ain't got to flaunt it. For some of you, this was a karmic couple. And so this karmic couple was obsessed with you. And they were trying to show off their relationship. Okay? Trying to create an image of perfection. But see, that's why they hate you so much, is because you don't try to be perfect. You know better than that. You just try to be patient and you try to evolve. That's all. And they can't handle that. Okay, self-critical. So this is a person. Narcissism is coming through. Okay, I'm not diagnosing anyone, but it feels like narcissistic traits or tendencies in this person, because with self-criticism, it feels like a person who's really hard on themselves because they don't have a healthy love for themselves, but instead of being patient with their path and their progress, they take their self-criticism and turn it around as hatred towards other people. Trying to criticize others. Yeah. And anything that this person or these people have criticized you of, that's what they feel that they lack. They feel that you have what they lack. And you do have it. I mean, they're right on that. But they're just going about it the wrong way. In a very evil, treacherous way, which will never end well for them. Because that's not how you grow. That's not how you evolve. You know that. Okay? They need to figure it out. This is also a person or people who are impulsive. I feel like there's some impulsivity in at least one person, if it's more than one person that has been attacking you. Okay. They engage in repetitive, destructive behaviors despite the adverse consequences. And in the moment where they're bringing adversity and craziness and chaos, they really don't care about any adverse consequences. They would sell their soul just to win a fight. They would sell their soul just to look like they've got it all together and to end up in a place where they feel like they're on top and no one else is. And I guarantee you that if this person has been working with other people, they would sell them out in a minute, because this person would sell their own soul. So they really don't give a damn about any flying monkeys or people that they've recruited to gang stalk. They don't care about any of them people. They'll show off all day, you know, posting pictures and, okay, showing off their connection. But when the ish hits the fan, they would sell them out in a heartbeat. For sure. Okay? Okay, so restless is here. Yeah, the people who have attacked you, the person who's attacked you, they're feeling very restless. There are all these suitcases around too. They're not happy with where they are. They don't feel grounded. It's like they don't feel like they belong anywhere, which is why they don't belong. They feel out of touch within their own body. They don't feel at home even within their body. So as far as their relationships, their career, whatever is going on in their life, they don't feel comfortable with it because they haven't accepted themselves. They're always very critical of themselves. There's no self-love there. Okay? Also, we've got deceptive here. So that's very important because, you know, Divine was showing that if there's some communication from this person, it is of a deceptive nature. Okay? Or these people, it is of a deceptive nature. And Divine is just saying to focus on your own fulfillment. Be very aware of what you are focusing on at this time. Because whatever you touch is going to grow. Just like that beautiful, yummy peach. Whatever you touch is going to grow. So if you're giving your time and attention to something that doesn't deserve your time and attention, it's going to grow. But none of your enemies, none of your ops have earned your energy. Your energy is yours. It is protected. And you allow people who respect you to enjoy your energy if you so choose. Okay, your energy is golden. It's a gift. Okay, I'm gonna close with a card from Mama Oshun. Thank you, Divine. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna pull another one so we end on a really high note. This is Oshun of Envy. Divine is just confirming. Confirming. That there has been a lot of jealousy, a lot of self-doubt and inadequacy in the people around you. Mama Oshun says that when you are as beautiful and as radiant as you are, haters are guaranteed. They're guaranteed. But that doesn't have to be a part of your story anymore because it's no longer your focus. You're safe, you're protected, and you have so many blessings. Oh, of fulfillment. That one made its way back in. That you don't need to worry about it. Okay? Alright, Oshun Healing Sage. This is about restoration, compassion, and the wounded healer. That's one of the many beautiful things about you, is that everything that you've been through, you've found a way. You have this natural way to turn your pain into a lesson, to turn your pain into support, into love, into compassion. And Divine is saying that as you continue to focus more on your peace and on your own sense of fulfillment, you will develop naturally more compassion for the people who have harmed you or sent harmful vibrations your way. 55 on the timer. Okay, so this is change that is a result of your healing power, and your willingness to bring temperance to your world, with that being card 14. This is about balance, patience, and restoration. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to read this one. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. I am open to restoration and balance. That is your affirmation, your mantra. I am open to restoration and balance. Ashe, Spirit. Thank you, Mama Oshun. I see you. You, dear soul, embody the essence of a wounded healer, someone with a huge capacity for empathy, healing, and support. You easily give to those in need, offering solace and understanding. Your heart is a haven for the wounded and the broken. Do you hear that? Your heart is a haven, a safe space for the wounded and the broken. Okay, what to do now? You can't pour from an empty cup, and Goddess knows you've tried. Boundaries protect your magic and your strength. No more people pleasing. Set healthy limits in your interactions and your relationships. Think of boundaries like shields, not walls. In your dedication to healing others, you may unintentionally neglect the most important healing journey, your own sweet, beautiful, divine nectar. Your ability to nurture others is a divine gift, but it shouldn't come at the expense of your own well-being. To really embody the role of a sage healer, tend to your own emotional wounds. Self-care is not selfish. Your inner child is waiting. By nurturing and restoring your own spirit, you empower yourself to provide even more healing and support. Being a true healer takes courage. Okay, and I'm gonna share with you the healing ritual. Okay, you can try this if you like. Create a sacred healing space in your home, adorned with anything that embodies healing energy for you. Meditate, visualizing the goddess of healing enveloping you in her restorative light. Feel the light permeating every cell, restoring and revitalizing your whole being. Ashe. Yes, Mama Oshun, I'm so grateful for this message that you brought through for this beautiful being. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed that message. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me see, what else? Ooh, that was a lot of energy. I feel like those were a lot of messages too. I'm so grateful for them. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, yes, if you want to see the magical creations that I carefully craft with love and divine energy and send to you, please feel free to check out my store. It is linked below, and I also have products linked below the video. Okay, I wish you peace, I wish you joy, and I wish you so many blessings, beautiful being. Take care.